Watching other people run and set goals that seem incredible can be very motivating. In these 10 documentaries, we see some fantastic runners. In no particular order, these run documentaries are all a great watch and an amazing inspiration for your own run training. Unbreakable Western States 100. In this remarkable documentary, we follow 4 amazing trail runners that each are undefeated at ultramarathons. They compete in the Western States 100-mile race, which is an incredibly tough race through the Sierra Nevada mountains. We see how the runners prepare for the race as we are introduced to all of them. As their anticipation for the race grows, so does the viewers. 400 runners with 4 undefeated champions, but only one can win this race.
My pacer Jen and we went to fill our bottles at the aid station. I saw Killian just kind of the corner of my eye, like, collapse down in this blanket in the shade. And for some reason then, like, I just knew he was done. I was like, if I can just keep moving here, I'm going to win the race.
Desert Runners, another ultramarathon, but not just any ultramarathon. This could arguably be the toughest race out there. 4 desert runs of about 150 miles each to run in the same year as part of a special challenge. We follow along a diverse group of runners who all have set out to run this challenge. An amazingly inspiring movie that shows how far some people are willing to go for their sport.
This is seriously hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like death.
It's a good day. They're just bitching.
The documentary Marathon Boy follows 4-year-old runner Budia. The young boy, rescued from the slums by Biranchi Das, discovers a talent for running. Beloved by the people and seen as a hero, the boy wants to run in big races. Controversy and politics come into play and give a different direction to this very interesting documentary.
It is the right of the Budia to walk, it is the right of the Budia to decide his own fate, and Child Welfare Committee has nothing to do as far as his personal wishes is concerned. You can directly talk to Budia and find out what he wants.
Run the Line, the short documentary I came across on YouTube and was totally blown away by. Bo Miles lives in Australia, in an area where 60 years ago there used to be an old rail line. Parts of the line are still there, and he decides to follow along the line and run it end to end. Bo's story and the things he encounters on his trail kept me pinned to my seat. That and the fantastic cinematography make this an amazing watch.
I want to be engaged with what's around me, not my watch or distance markers. I want to be distracted by the trail or the lack of one. And I want to work hard to get where I'm going. This is my new kind of running, which in some ways isn't running at all, it's exploring, and I bloody love it.
Free to Run. This documentary takes us into the history of running. Hard to believe that as little back as the 1960s, running was a very different sport. Only a few male elite runners were able to compete. Here is a history lesson that shows what had to happen to the sport to get it to be as popular as it is today all over the world.
Well, it used to be people used to run only for competition or because they had to in gym classes or whatever. And now people are understanding that not only is running for fitness, but running can be fun.
Running for Good, a documentary about Fiona Oakes who set out to run the Marathon des Sables to help raise money for her animal sanctuary. A wonderful look into what can drive somebody to achieve the impossible.
As I say, I've created a soul with this. And if you were then to get some gaffer tape to hold this in place, or just keep putting gaffer tape around to give layers. And if your shoes go home. There's nothing you can do. Mark down there is going to lend me some gaffer tape, and I'm going to try and tape them and see how far I get. Well, I've just got to go out there and see if I can see what happens.
Ultramarathon Man. We follow Dean Karnazes, who is an ultramarathon runner, but that is not what this documentary is about. Dean sets out to run 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days. This captivating documentary follows the charismatic runner as he runs and travels around the states every day. An inspiration for so many runners that he gets hundreds of people to run these runs with him.
Dean's the man. Crap like that never happens to me. I'll run all day long. Nobody even looks at me.
In the documentary Found on 49, the story of Jim Walmsley, we follow another ultramarathon runner as he sets out to run his first 100-miler. He is determined to win his race as he attempts this at the Western States 100. If you watch the documentary Unbreakable Western States 100 first, you'll get a good feeling of what the race is, and it will give you a better idea of what Jim achieves in the film. Since it is more about following him than about the race and the course, but a great documentary of under an hour that you can find on YouTube.
You're up.
All right. How many years have you been running ultras?
Technically 2.
2. Okay. Do you wear a pack? Or
No.
You do handheld?
Yeah.
And then, what about your headlamp? What brand?
No headlamp.
I like your confidence.
Running the Sahara. In Running the Sahara, we follow 3 runners who have set out their own challenge to run across the Sahara Desert in Africa. They set out an expedition that they hope to finish in 90 days of running through the sand. As you can imagine, this will present its challenges, and even if you have no desire to ever achieve something like this, it is still a very motivating film to watch.
Our meals are fantastic. Our cook is doing a great job, but I'm supposed to eat and drink as many calories as I possibly can get. We eat chips, we eat cookies, we eat candy, energy bars. We went through Agadez and got about $700 worth of cookies. The better the calories taste, the better off we are. I think we're almost out of peanut butter.
I have another whole one in my other bag.
The documentary Gun to Tape follows 2 Kenyan world record runners, David Radusha and Edna Kipnagat, as they train and try to obtain a spot for the 2012 Olympics. We see the conditions under which they live and train and the sacrifices that they make to push themselves to achieve their goals.
A lot of sacrifice that we also make, and this is what make you to become a champion. You know, you have to take a lot of things, you know, you have to put them aside to achieve this because it is important in our lives.
Every single one of these documentaries is an inspiration. If you want to check out the films, you can find the links of where to find most of them in the description down below. If you'd like to see more videos like this, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, get out there and run.